empowerment, it's very socially charged, I must add. So is that one of your recurring themes in the way you work? You want your composition to be like, I suppose, a weapon of change.
I just want my music to make sense. I mean, we have a lot of amazing artists that sing and express themselves about important topics, and for me, my music has to make a sense. I have a purpose. I want to share important messages. I want to help people overcome their fears, traumas, feel that they are not alone. So for me, it's very, very important to share implicit messages through my music.
No, I love it. Yesterday I was watching this movie with Shah Rukh Khan, and he was, it's called Jawan, and he was talking about the right to vote and how you should exercise that in a democracy. It's funny, and I was talking about how celebrities are a soft, they're so good in terms of being a cultural soft power. And I think artists, to a large extent, they are soft powers, don't you think?
Of course, today we have the chance to have a large large platforms where millions and millions of people follow us on a daily basis. They see what we do, they see what we eat, they see random things we do. So I think we have to use these platforms to share more important messages.
Of course, of course. And in this era of oversharing, like you said, everything is shared on social
Yes.
media. We know a bit too much about you. How do you ensure that you're relevant?
I just make sure to be 100% myself. I'm not scared to show my flaws. I'm not scared to show my imperfections, my insecurities. I know that I'm followed by little girls, teenagers, and I know how social media can be triggering to them. I know how people can have anxieties, they can be depressed just due to social media. I think that people created social media to connect people, but today for me social media can be very tricky, because of course it's amazing, we can talk, like I can get to talk to you. Who would have said that one day we would have met? And
That is true.
and for me, what's super important for me is just to share what's real. I always try to share the real things we live, because when you get like when you have this idea about an artist, you're like, oh, they're living the dream life, they travel everywhere, they travel in the best places, but the reality is completely different from that. What we live on a daily basis, the challenges, the problems, the mistakes, and I really try to make it real on my social media, so that people can get to know the real me and at least feel good about themselves too.
Of course, I like that. And especially because, like you said, you are an idol to several impressionable teenage girls and boys. At the end of the day, they just think that what you show is real. I'm not very sure if they're, mature enough to filter what could be
Exactly.
perhaps
Yeah.
orchestrated. You seem far more mature beyond your years. Like, how did you just learn it early, or did fame teach you that?
Did fame teach me what
You know
exactly?
that you need to be real, because most young artists are troubled. They don't know how to process fame, etc. With you, has that been an issue?
uh, I never thought about this actually, but I don't think so, because for me, fame is just a consequence. I never wanted to be famous. I wanted to sing. The only thing I knew is that I wanted to sing. Since I was a little child, I told everybody I want to be a singer, and I didn't know the things that would come with it. So being recognized on the streets, getting to talk to people I don't know, but they know me, I don't know them. For me, it's amazing to that people tell me, oh, I saw that you were eating this, I saw that you were there, I'm a fan of your songs, I love what you do, your song helped me overcome my depression or something like that. And for me, it's just amazing. I try not to take it too seriously. For me, it's just a bonus, the fact that people love you without even knowing them. For me, it's amazing.
I know, I was looking at your social media account and it has several million followers. And I'm like, that is something that an established singer, perhaps not so young, would get. But you seem to be. So, how do you filter all the hate as well that comes with it? I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of women telling you, or young girls telling you that you helped me go through a dark phase. But what about the hate that comes to you? How do you handle that?
Of course, of course. For me, at the beginnings, it was really hard because I thought it was personal. But I learned to deal with it because I know hate is never personal, and everybody gets hate. Whatever you do, whatever you can't please everyone. That's for sure. And when I learned how to deal with it, it was fine for me. I just learn that when someone says something about you, it has nothing to do about you, but it has more to do about them. So when I learned this, it switched in my head.
Oh, no, that's lovely to hear that, you are learning, you having coping mechanisms, so to speak, because even as you go, I don't think you ever learn how to deal with it. How much are you looking forward to being in Abu Dhabi, meeting your fans in person? It's like one event, I think, where you get to meet your fans, isn't it? Otherwise, there's always boundaries.
Yeah. I always get surprised when I travel abroad and people tell me, "We listen to your music." Like in my head, my music is just on my phone, and when I swear, and like when I travel and people tell me that they listen to my songs, I'm so happy. And this is the magic of music. Music has no boundaries. Language has no boundaries. I know that. Our dialect, Moroccan dialect, is a bit complicated. So like even if you're Arab, you live in Arab countries, I know it's hard to understand our dialect, but some people can listen to me even though they understand nothing to my dialect, but they just vibe with the music, and that's the magic of it.
No, I love it too. Like I couldn't understand. I have to say, I've lived in this country for 17 years. Couldn't understand, but I could get, like you said, the vibe was real. Is that what you want to do as well? Because I feel Arab, this country has so much of talent. I mean, untapped talent, and just to be noticed is so difficult. And you have done that. Even if, like you said, language is not a barrier. But how do you want your music to be perceived, Manal? Even if I don't know Arabic, how should I know your music? How do you want people to know your music?
I just want them to feel that it's authentic, that it's my real self, that I try to express myself in the most genuine and real way, and that they see that making music is very hard, because when you create music, you're being very vulnerable, and you create music that resemble to yourself, but you never know what people may feel about it. They might love it, they might hate it, they might relate to something, and not to other things. So when people tell me we felt this, for me, I won. And I just want people to feel that anything I do is comes from a real place. That's the most important thing for me.
No, I love that. It comes from being authentic is not easy. And you also said something very interesting about making music. How difficult is it? As a writer, there have been many times when I don't want to write. Like
Of
I
course.
refuse to. I will take my dog out for a walk, whatever it takes, just to put it off. How are you? What would you like to tell young people who want to write but can't write? It's tough. What would you tell them?
Just to never force it, because to never force it, but at the same time never give up on yourself. I mean, even if you feel not in the mood, even if you don't want to do it, just try to overcome it, because whatever makes you feel good and whatever helps you overcome your fears, overcome your laziness, overcome the fact that you don't want to do it, but don't force it. Like if you feel that you can do it, don't do it, because nothing good will come after, that's for sure. But just never give up on yourself and put yourself first, because doing like writing, either like an article or a song or a book or whatever it is, you need to be in a safe mentally in your head and in a good place to be able to express yourself in the best way possible. So these two things for sure.
For sure. And Manal, there's always this stereotype attached to teenage idols that they are often, they don't know, they're troubled, they don't know how to handle all this kind of popularity, etc. Do you think that's a very fair analysis that when you find fans young, when you find popularity young, it's difficult to, what would you say to that perception? That it's difficult to be a teenage idol. Look at Justin Bieber, maybe. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Of course, I think that what's important is is the people around you. This is crucial. People around you should always remind you of who you are, of your true self, of the real things in life, of your values, of your education. For me, this is the most important thing, because fame sometimes can get really easy to like someone's head, and for me, being close to God, because I'm very how can I explain it in English? But let me try to find the word. I'm very spiritual.
Yes.
And I think that the closer you are to God, the smaller the things seem to you. So I think that just being connected and being grounded and having a strong a support system around you can help you overcome all these things.
Of course, of course. And do you have idols that you look up to, perhaps emulate, like especially in the Arab region? Do you look up to somebody and think, okay, maybe this is a career I want to perhaps mirror, not copy them, but more like I like the way he or she has conducted herself. Her work speaks to me.
I'm going to tell you something very personal. When I used to see like succeeding people, I always said I really want to be like this person, but you never know what it takes from them to be this famous and to be this successful. I know a lot of people, everything has a price. So if you want to be successful, you either learn to live a life where you don't see your family, where you have no social life, where you have a lot of things you give up to be able to be this successful. So I really want to be. I have a lot of people that I see, and when I look at them, I'm like, I'm sure they deserve where they are. They went through a lot. They work hard, and a lot of women figure as well. But I just try to do it the healthiest way possible, and the most authentic way possible. So I don't have expectations.
Yes.
I
Got it.
just want to I just want to share things, and whatever it takes me, it's fine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I like that. I think in some way it's liberating as well, right? When you say, okay, I'm going to do my best, leave the rest, like the trappings that follow is a byproduct. Great if it happens, but otherwise, in your case as well, like what kind of a performer are you? Like if on stage, do you have a process? Like I've read so many copies where people say, I eat 7 M&Ms, which are yellow color. Is there such a process that you follow? You can be honest. I won't judge you.
Of course. I just like before getting to stage, I just don't talk to anybody. I need to be alone because I need to focus, and I try to like isolate myself somewhere just for like 5 or 10 minutes, just to focus and to remind myself of like my step, because I also dance, like I perform and dance at the same time. So like I try to remind myself of the steps, of what I should be doing, what I should not be doing, and like just silent treatment to everybody next to me.
No, that's good. You block people out. It's your zone. You just need to focus and then give. I've seen Beyonce perform on stage, and I thought she was like the queen of, I don't know,
Yeah.
live performances in Dubai for a private hotel opening. But what
I
I
was
thought,
there. I was there
you
as
were there.
well.
You
Yeah,
were
yeah,
there.
yeah.
They practiced.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I thought, wasn't she amazing? Like just
Yeah,
the,
she's
the
not human.
aura.
She's amazing.
Yeah, but I saw the work she put into it, and her husband Jay-Z was looking at her closely, following her her every move. And I was like,
Yeah.
my God, she has a tribe supporting her. Who's your tribe like that? I mean, do you have somebody watching you closely as you perform to tell you later, listen, this is the postmortem, this is what you didn't do?
Of course,
Who
of
does that for
course.
you?
Of course, my husband is my backbone. We work together. He's my producer. He was my manager at the like 5 years ago. So my husband is my mirror. He's myself, you know. So like when I ask him, I know that it's gonna be myself telling the same advice or remark. And I'm very well-rounded. I have Anissa, who's my manager. She's amazing. She's my support system. I'm so grateful, because whenever I meet someone and they're like, what's your advice? I'm like, get to work with the people you trust and the people who love to see you shine. And trust me, it's so hard to find the right people, because I've been through the other side and I know what it's like to be surrounded with the wrong people. And now having like people surrounding me, protecting me, wanting me to be the best version of myself, is great.
No, I love it. I love it. And what's next for you as well? This is my last question. Like, I know we are going to see you in Abu Dhabi. Very excited about that. But in terms of work, what's the most challenging thing on your plate right now?
I have a lot of songs coming out. I've been working on my new album. It's called Arabian Heartbreak.
Oh,
It's such a challenging and important project for me. I'm gonna be releasing the second song of the album on October, and I have another release before on September. So I'm so excited for you guys to discover what's coming up next.
of course. Thank God for heartbreaks. I think it fuels an
Yeah.
entire music industry. I mean, when I think was it Star is Born or something was released, I remember my everybody jumping onto it. I think heartbreak is a great fuel for musicians.
Of course.
I suppose. Do you have ideas on how to get over a heartbreak after you worked on this album by any chance, or the answer is still elusive? Huh?
I think time heals everything, and women have superpowers. So I think women can overcome everything in life and still put a smile on their face. And I'm so glad to be a woman today, and I'm so glad to be surrounded with women like you. I'm not gonna say much about it because it has like a lot of surprises, but I'm super excited about it.
I can't wait. I hope we get to hear a bit of it at the awards night as well. You never know. Just
Yeah.
imagine, give a teaser to your fans. You never know. But we are definitely excited. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to add? I would be happy to in the article that you want to perhaps tell your fans. Anything that you want to put out there?
Just that I'm super grateful to have fans everywhere in the world, and I hope that they will like and the new album. For me it's my biggest project so far. It's my little baby, so I'm very excited about it.
Great. You are showing that women can have it all, or at least their version of all, which is good.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm happy that you're making music. Thank you for entertaining us. And I'm sure there's like an army of fans waiting to see you in Abu Dhabi in action.
I really hope so. Thank you for having me, and hopefully we meet in real life soon.